Okay, we're live. Okay, let's see. Happy Friday, everybody. Wait for a few people to join in. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. We'll give everybody a couple of minutes to hop on. Let's see. Let me start my other camera. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, guys, how's everybody doing? Welcome to Friday night, Natural Intentions going live. Sorry, guys, I missed you earlier this week. As you can hear, my voice is a little groggly. I had a little bit of, I'm not going to even say I had a cold, I had a little congestion. And I've been working on that with my immune defense tea. So it's been helping. So I've actually been feeling okay, just sneezing like crazy. But so happy you guys joined me tonight on a Friday night. So y'all ain't out at the club partying, huh? All right. Ooh, let's get started because we got some stuff to talk about. We got some notes to take. If you guys want to take notes tonight, you get out your paper, your pen. I'm going to dive deep into how I healed myself from sarcoidosis, what I used. I'm going to go into, I'm sorry, I'm just getting comfortable, guys. I'm going to go into how I came about getting sarcoidosis, what caused the sarcoidosis. And I just want to give you guys all are dealing with something, a condition, um, illness, anything like that. I want you to be able to help yourself. I don't want you to be stuck out here like I was, not knowing what to do, scared, really living in fear and just not know where to turn besides my doctor. So um, let's get into the information of what I did and why it's so important to know what to do and why it's so important to know why this actually happened. So if you have pen and paper, you can take some notes if you like. If you're dealing with something like I said, this might really be helpful to you. And I first wanted to talk about how I got sick or what happened, why I actually came down with the sarcoidosis, and why it's important to know, what the root cause of your condition is. And before I get into that, please like, follow, share this with someone tonight that you think this might help. Um, and definitely subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. So let's get on with the show. So, how did I get sick? And like I said, this is super important to get down to the root cause. So, if you want to write that down right now, you can on your notes. What is the root cause? If you're dealing with something, if you have some kind of condition, some kind of disease, illness, anything like that, you want to find out what's the root cause of why you got sick. What happened to you? Why did you end up with this dis-ease in your body? Because you don't want to go back here or to get something else or for it to get worse. So once you find out what the root cause is, you can start working on that. And when you find out what the root cause is, you can find out what energy center in your body is blocked. Because whenever you're dealing with a dis-ease, that means there's an energy center in your body that is and out of alignment. And what are the energy centers? The energy centers are your chakras. So for me, I didn't know it at the time, and I didn't know about chakras at the time, so I didn't have a clue of what was going on with me. But now that I know my root chakra, my heart chakra, my throat chakra, probably all of my dang chakras were affected. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of information about the chakras too. I'm just going to give you information about ones I was dealing with and my own research. This is a chakra healer. It's really good. It's by Marcel Contre. I'll put it in the in the notes below after the show. So if you guys want to pick sick, but it's going to give you exactly what you need, the information you need to find out or to help you to find out if you're blocked in any chakras and what you can do about it and how you can help that chakra and how you can get it unblocked or how you can get it more in alignment. Okay. Because it's going to take a minute for you to unblock the chakra, for you to work on that. I'm still working on my stuff. Okay. This is a lifetime journey. So I'm always working on myself as a coach, as a teacher, as a spiritual guide. I am still always doing work on myself. I am not in the enlightened one at all. I'm always doing work on myself, and I should be. As long as I'm probably on this earth, I'm still going to be doing work on myself, and you guys are probably going to be doing the same too. I'm pretty sure you are, 99.9% sure. And there's nothing wrong with that because there's always something that's and all the work is it's doing is making us stronger, really helping us to be who we're supposed to be and get on the path and stay on the path we're supposed to. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So for me, my chakras were root that were blocked, and I'll tell you what the root chakra is before I tell you not my full story, but I'm going to tell you part of my story because that'd be too long tonight. And I want to bore you guys to death with all that, but I am going to share with you. So when your root chakra is blocked, first of all, root chakra is located at the between the genitals and the anus at the base of the spine. Okay, so it's your bottom chakra. It's the chakra, your ground chakra. Okay, chakra that keeps you grounded. So when the root chakra is out of harmony, there is an inability to trust nature. We also feel ungrounded. So we're supposed to be grounded in this area. Feel disconnected from Mother Earth, have issues around tribal beliefs, our identity and relationship, tribal just family wounds, had a lot of those. We do not feel secure in the knowledge that our most basic and primal needs are being met, such as food, shelter, clothing, and love. And we function out of fear and feel unsafe. And just reading that out loud right now, I mean, it makes it even more clear, even though I've read that before. But I was thinking today, I was getting some downloads before I got on here just about what I had been through, why I feel like this disease came up in my life. And I know for sure that for me, I felt as a child, I felt very, very unsafe and I was constantly in fear. So those are two main factors that were going on for me. And just my primal needs were definitely not being met. And that would be food, shelter, and clothing and love. I mean, I got plenty of, I know my mother loved me, but the safety, the security, the basic needs being met was just not there. So if anybody has dealt with that, you have definitely dealt with your root chakra being blocked, and it probably still is, especially if this was something you dealt with in your childhood and it was a trauma for you, and you haven't really dealt with it. And so you're going to be feeling and you're going to be dealing with this area throughout, different aspects of your life if this is still blocked for you. So for me, it definitely was. And when I read that, I was like, oh my God, that was such a big thing for me, not feeling safe and not feeling secure. So that was one of them for me that was blocked. And then definitely I had issues with my heart chakra. And when you have issues with your root chakra, pretty much all the other six chakras are probably going to be out of balance, out of alignment also. So you're really going to have to do getting all of them in harmony. But those three were my basics that I really knew I was dealing with and that I had a lot of healing to do. So what was it for me? It was childhood trauma. Like I said, living in fear, living in insecurity for so long. And then even when I did get into a place of security and moved with my father and was in a safer place, I still had those same feelings subconsciously. They still lived in me. So I still operated on something's wrong, something's not right, something's going to happen. Why is everything going good? Something's going to happen. I still feel unsafe. I didn't know how to communicate that as a young kid. I was what, sixth grade when I moved with my father, 11, 12. I didn't know how to articulate that and tell them that I'm dealing with something. We didn't deal with therapy or going to talk to someone back then. It was just like, you're in a safer place now, get over it, move on. So there wasn't even any talking about it, like what happened to you while you were there? Were you okay? Is there something that you're dealing with that we might need to talk more about? Or there wasn't even a talk about, now you're safe, you're here, you're safe, you're okay. It was just, I was snatched out of, well, not snatched, but I was taken from my mom's home, and away from my younger brother and sister, and I was their primary caregiver because my mother wasn't. And I was taken somewhere else, and then it was just like, move on. You started school. This is where you live now, and just deal with it. You and I don't hold any fault. And that's a whole part of your healing journey too, is being able to not hold any grudges towards your parents or your parental figures that were in your life, the people who were raising you. And I have none, no, and I don't know, I probably did maybe in the past. No, I really didn't, because I didn't even know how to comprehend all of this. So I didn't have any hangups about it. And now that I think about it, I'm just like, oh man, that's what happened to me. I'm still not angry at my parents because I know they did the best that they could do. And they had their own issues. They had their own problems. They had their own things that happened to them while they were growing up that were never dealt with. So remember, this is generational. It goes from one generation to the next generation until it's dealt with, until it's stopped. Someone deals with it and you learn to heal from it. To say all of that is to say, this is how my body started to get this dis-ease in it. Because over time, if I'm always living in fight or flight, and if I'm always worried, and I'm always in fear, and I'm always constantly anxious and thinking about what could happen in the future or what happened to me in the past, because I haven't really dealt with those feelings, and I'm constantly suppressing what happened to me because I don't know how to deal with it, then eventually that's going to cause some dis-ease in the body. Your cells can't deal with all that. That's too much going on. Everything is on overdrive. So if you're constantly dealing with this, eventually something in you is going to break down. Something's not going to be able to function right. And for me, it didn't happen until I was well into my 20s. I think when I got sarcoidosis, I was like, actually maybe 30. I was like about 30, 28, 29, or something like that. But even before that, I was having symptoms of this condition and I just did not know it, and I didn't know what was going on with my body, and just kind of ignored it because it wasn't like a big thing. I just thought maybe, oh, I'm having headaches or my heart's kind of palpitating or, different things like that. It wasn't enough to scare me enough to, go actually to the doctor and see about it. And once I did, then it was scary. By then, my symptoms were crazy. They were over the top, and I was super scared. Like, what is going on with my body? So that's basically how I got sick. And so when I got older and I started doing all the spiritual work and I started, learning how to meditate, I started learning how to heal my body. A big part of it for me was the food. Learning how to eat right was the first thing that I did. And then it was the meditation, and then it was diving a little bit deeper, like, okay, this is all helping, but I still just don't feel right. I still feel overwhelmed, I still feel anxious. I'm having panic attacks at this time, and I'm just like, what's going on with me? Why don't I feel safe? Or um I just wasn't feeling comfortable in my life. So eventually um ayahuasca came up into my life, came to me, by way of being on a page on social media that I haven't following for a couple of years. And I was okay, this is all about healing. I want to know about this. She's talking about its healing. So it was with I don't know if you guys have heard of her, Chef Aki, beautiful soul. She's on YouTube and she's on Instagram. You guys want to check out her page, please check it out. It's really, really, really good, super good information. And she still does ayahuasca retreats. And it was an amazing, life changing um, thing for me. Like, it was life changing. I can't even explain to you on here. I'll probably have to do a whole show just on talking about my experience. especially if people are interested. But remember, it's something that people are just doing it like crazy now. I probably did it like 5 years ago, yeah, probably like 5 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago now, and it's super popular and crazy now. Like everybody wants to do it. People are just doing it. I think just unorganized and doing it with friends and stuff. But it's not supposed. It's a sacred plant medicine that should be done with a shaman. That should be done with people who know what they're doing, people who can guide you through it. It is therapy. It is a plant medicine therapy. So if it's not done right, you could really hurt yourself. You could go on a trip, never come back. Yeah, real scary. You could, I mean, just all kind of crazy things can happen if you don't even know if you're getting the right stuff. Like I had to really go on my trust. I really had to go on. I'm sorry, guys. I really had to go on my trust. Or not even my trust, my trust, me trusting myself and my intuition. I felt like this is for me. And I didn't even really understand it completely, but I knew it was for me. I didn't even know what it was when I signed up until she called me and told me, "Do you know what this is?" And I was like, "No, actually, I don't. Explain it to me, please." And she did a little bit. And she said, "Do your research. I want you to do your research. I want you to find out," because it was very strict. You had to be on a complete vegan. Good evening. Happy Friday. Thank you for joining. You had to be on a very strict vegan diet or plant-based diet. So there was no pork, no alcohol, no drugs, no meat, no dairy. Your body had to be very clean in order to do this. So it was really strict. And this needed to be like 2 weeks before you even came. So if you're interested in doing something like this, make sure you are safe way. Don't just go out here doing this with anyone. Um, and like I said, if you want to follow her, I'll put her information in the comments below after the show because her retreat, I felt safe. It was amazing. It was organized. It was beautiful. Like it was completely beautiful. I couldn't have asked for more. She's doing it even better now. Like they're doing it in Mexico, in the jungles of Mexico. Like it's just ridiculous. So I'll make sure to put her information down. But I went on a whole journey of finding out, you know, different healing modalities that I could use in order to, heal myself. And that was one of them. And like I said, it called me. I didn't go looking for it. It called me. And that's how it should be. All the shamans, people that I know who've done it and they're really professionals at it or whatever, are they've done the ceremonies. They always say that you should be called to it. So you shouldn't just be something you're going out here doing because your friend's doing it or because somebody you heard about and you want to have a trip or something. And she was very adamant about that in the when we were there for the ayahuasca ceremony, that if you came here for a trip or to have fun or to be high, or this is not the place for you. So they were very, very serious about this being a therapy plant medicine treatment. And believe me, guys, it completely changed my life, completely changed my thinking, and just helped me out so much. So I'll do another video on that because that's like a whole other video. So back to um, finding the root to my dis-ease that was in my body. So talked about my childhood, talked about what happened with that a little bit, touched on that. I was in a very unsafe situation. Um, Grew up with my mother who was on drugs, and we lived in crazy, crazy unsafe. Now me having children, I'm just like, oh my God, how could you ever be putting a child through this? But now that I'm older and I am a mother, I know because she wasn't in her right mind, because she had her own issues. And all I have for my mother is compassion and love. So that for everybody, it's not going to be that easy. I know everybody's not going to be easy. It's not going to be as easy for them to say that they have compassion and love for their mother or for whatever happened to them if they have something really traumatic happen. But you will get there, or you have to get there in order to let that stuff go. So you have to be able to forgive, and you have to be able to let that stuff go, and you have to be able to deal with those feelings and move past that trauma. And that happens over time. It's nothing that happens overnight. For me, I just never really had those feelings. I just wanted my mother. I didn't I wasn't really angry with her. I just wanted her. I just needed her love. I wanted to know she was safe. So that was, my feelings on it. So I never really had feelings of anger or anything. But all that I did have, I held that in. So those feelings of the fear, being scared, being worried, loving my mother so much and wanting her to be okay, all that stuff made me sick. So it doesn't have to necessarily be anger, or you being mad or resentful. That stuff definitely causes dis-ease also, but it could also just be fear. It could be your heart being broken. So my heart was broken as a child. My heart was literally broken. My father wasn't there. I didn't really have a relationship with my father until I got older, and my mom was just going through all these issues, and I was taking care of my younger brother and sister. So it was a lot. Can you imagine? On a 9, 8, 7, 6-year-old child? I was like a little grown lady. It was really crazy. But through that, I was able to remember and I say remember, I probably haven't told you this before, but we choose our life before we get here. Now, you do the research on it. But this is what I believe, that we choose our life before we get here. We don't remember this when we get here, but before we got here, oh, this is okay, this is what I got, this is what I came here to do. So through that, me going through that, that just made me stronger. I needed to go through that, do what I'm doing right now, to be on this live with you right now on this YouTube, sharing the story. I had to go through that because this is a part of my soul mission, is speaking to you all, teaching, guiding, and being here and helping people heal from what I healed from. And that could be dis-ease, that could be just healing from my mind and just all the stuff I had going on up here, all the worry and fear and anxiety and all that stuff, healing spiritually. Oh my God. I mean, I've had a spiritual journey. Let me tell you, I've been to church, I've been to the mosque, I've been to a whole lot of places. And I needed to go to all those places to be able to do what I'm doing now, because this is what this is my purpose. This is what I'm here for. And that took me a long time to find out, what am I supposed to be doing? Even though I kind of knew it, but I wasn't really being obedient and following what I was supposed to be doing. Okay. So if you have pen and paper, we just talked about finding what the root cause of this ease is, or what happened to you, what brought this about. So you can just kind of, take your time to do that. Figure out maybe if you're dealing with, it could be anything, diabetes, could be cancer, could be high blood pressure, any dis-ease in the body. There's a cause for it. There's a root cause for it. It has something to do with one of your energy centers in your body being blocked, if not more than one of your energy centers in your body being blocked. So you definitely, it helped me so much to figure out, okay, this is what happened to me. And now I know, okay, I can't be dealing with that. I got to get through this fear. I got to stop being fearful. I got to let go of not feeling safe. I'm okay now. I'm not there anymore. That's gone. That's in the past. That happened to me, but I'm okay now. I can take care of myself. I'm secure. And what I wanted to say, what came to me earlier before I started, Spirit spoke to me and said to say, if you know a child, if you see a child, a couple of dollars, or it's just some words of encouragement. I mean, when I look back on it now, I'm just thinking there was really, I mean, I had my distant family that would make sure we would eat and stuff, but I'm just thinking, if I had like one of my nieces or my nephews was living in a drug house, no, 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 no. I couldn't imagine. So important for us to be able to pay attention, because that little girl, I needed someone to encourage me to, I mean, I had people that would, be kind to me, but it was really serious. So we really making sure to look out for little children like that, for little babies like that, especially now that we have our own, or even if you don't have any. If you're a woman, you are a nurturer naturally. It's just in you. So it's so important for us just to look out for children and to make sure that they're safe and that they're Okay. So I just wanted to share that. Um, we talked about the chakras. So it's important to find out what chakra is blocked for you so you can start working on that chakra. So my root chakra, I read it earlier. For me, some of the physical dysfunctions that can happen when you have your root chakra blocked is congestive heart failure, heart attack, heart disease, asthma, allergies, lung cancer, pneumonia. And what I had was sarcoidosis. So lungs, lungs, yes, lung issue. Okay, you guys, gotta- this information is so real, but we get so caught up in religion and what people might think if we're doing something that's different, that everybody else isn't doing. This is so real, and there's nothing spooky or weird about this. That's exactly what happened to me. Like my heart chakra being blocked. This is the heart chakra. I'm sorry, this is the heart chakra. But my heart chakra, my heart being broken, my heart being blocked. And it's saying that one of the main symptoms that I had when I found out I had sarcoidosis was I had bronchitis, or they thought I had bronchitis. They didn't know what the heck I had. So they had diagnosed me with all these different things for, I don't know, 3 or 4 months before they finally figured out what was wrong with me. But now that I'm just looking at this, I'm like, yes. So that's one of the things: lung cancer, the pneumonia, and I had pneumonia. I had walking pneumonia. hmm And they finally figured what was wrong. I had walking pneumonia, and I could barely breathe. Lung disease, breast cancer, high blood pressure. So that is for the chakra. Those are some of the physical ailments that could be going on with you if your heart chakra is blocked, and mine was. Okay. And that's what was going on with me. So one of the main issues that I had with the sarcoidosis was my lungs. And I was so blessed that I didn't have severe damage, because most people who die from sarcoidosis, it's usually from having really bad, severe lung damage. Because you don't actually die from the sarcoidosis, but you die from um, what the sarcoidosis causes. So if your lungs are damaged and you're taking prednisone, which suppresses your immunity, then you're more likely to get a cold, pneumonia, the flu. And if that's going on and your lungs are severely damaged, then you definitely could die. So it's like super serious. And then there's other issues that can affect all your major organs, your heart, your kidney, liver, all that different stuff. So if you're not really taking care of yourself, you could really be in trouble. Like, it's very serious. Like with that, and that's with any disease, any autoimmune system condition is, you could live with it, but you definitely have to be taking care of yourself. You cannot be living recklessly out here. So, eating wrong, drinking, doing drugs, any kind of crazy stuff like that, being stressed out, being in crazy relationships, and all kind of stuff. You have really got to be living your life the right way in order for you to be able to enjoy your life and have healthy, prosperous life. And some of the physical dysfunctions for the root chakra are chronic lower back pain, sciatica, varicose veins, rectal tumors, cancer, hemorrhoids, constipation, degenerative arthritis, knee problems, depression, Im- immune related disorders, which was mine, weight problems. Okay, so those are some of the things if your root chakra is blocked. Okay, and that's your first chakra. That's your chakra that keeps you grounded. That's your safety, your security. Okay, if you're dealing with fear, that's where your fear lives. Okay, so those are some of the things that happened to me that I finally figured out what made me sick, because that was a big important part of it. What did I use to heal? Let's get to that. Okay, I was sick. I had the disease in my body. Now, what did I use to heal? So first, I started with food, because that was all I didn't know anything else. I met my husband. We were dating. He was vegetarian, so he didn't eat any meat, any fish, none of that stuff. So I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I was Muslim. I grew up Muslim, so I wasn't eating pork. I was eating a little beef, but not crazy, but I was. I was eating fast food and smoking weed, and I was drinking alcohol, and you know, a host of other things. Nothing else crazy, no hardcore drugs or anything, but that was enough because I had sarcoidosis. So one of the main things, one of the first things that the doctor said to me was, "You cannot smoke. Do you smoke?" I'm like, "Oh no, not cigarettes," because I didn't smoke cigarettes, but I smoked marijuana, and I had a habit, and I didn't realize it, and not realize at the time because I wasn't trying to quit. To be perfectly honest with you, I wasn't there yet. So my first thing was, oh, let me change what I'm eating. And because my husband was a vegetarian, and so I was like, let me give up the beef. Let me stop doing that. And then I watched, I think, What the Health. I think that was out then. It was one of those first food documentaries I watched, and I was like, this is crazy. Let me stop doing this dairy because I realized that dairy was causing so much mucus in my body, which was holding in all the disease. And then I talked to one of my guests that came to my salon, and she told me that she um, was doing some things with Dr. Sabi. She was taking some herbs and stuff from him. Had no clue about Dr. Sabi at all. I was like, Doctor who? And she was like, this doctor, and I don't know. She probably might have said he was African. He wasn't African. I take herbs and stuff from there. And she was kind of getting into being vegetarian, I think, and vegan and everything. So she told me about it, and I'm like, okay, well, why not? I'm sick. I don't want to have to take. And that was the one thing that I did know. I didn't want to take the medicine forever because it made me feel crazy. It made me look crazy. As soon as I started the prednisone, I mean, this was just poof. When I found out I had the sarcoidosis and they started me on the meds, I probably, because I had lost so much weight. I had every symptom of sarcoidosis. I was really, really sick. I probably weighed like 118 pounds. Okay. I don't know when was the last time I weighed 118 pounds. Maybe when I was in high school. Maybe. So I probably had went down from like 128, 130, all the way down to 118 pounds. I was super sick, super tired, just horrible. So once I got on the prednisone, blew me up like crazy. I was eating like crazy. I was just puffy. And they had me on this other crazy medicine, which was a low form of chemotherapy. Eh, Chemotherapy. That's what this medicine was. Absolutely crazy. I mean, great. But I didn't know. I didn't have a clue. So if you do not know, if you're not doing advocating for yourself, if you're not aware, that's why it's so important for me to just do this video to get this information because people don't know. I didn't know. Had not a clue what to do. There was no one. I mean, my sisters and stuff were there, but they didn't know what to do either. Shit, they were sick too. They didn't realize it. No one was as sick as me, but they were sick too. So um, it's important to know this information to get this information. So found out about Dr. Sabi, went got me some herbs and started using those, decided no more dairy. I'm not gonna do that no more. So that was for me, I changed the food stuff was first. No dairy, no um, beef and pork, still did a little chicken, still did a little fish. And then I did start feeling better. And I was able to, I wasn't able to, the medicine that was the low form of chemotherapy, I was just like, I'm not doing this no more. This is crazy. This has got had me having nightmares. I have never had those were the worst dreams I ever had. I could still remember the dreams, and that was years ago. That was like over 10 years, 12 years ago. It was insane. It made my stomach like messed up every day. So I got off of that. I was just like, I'm not doing this anymore. Like it has to be a better way. And I had to get my kidney checked constantly because I was taking that. My kidney could have been destroyed if I would have stayed on that medication. You guys, we have to be we have to advocate for ourselves. We have to know what's going on with the medicines that we're taking, what the side effects are. If we're taking it for a long period of time, what can it do for us? Is it really helping us or is it hurting us? So it's super important to know. And then some other things that I started to do after that, because I still was dealing, with symptoms. Then I had gotten pregnant, and I was nervous because I was like, I still take this medication while I'm having my children, this prednisone. So by then I was on a super low dose, like a half of a 5 milligram. So like I guess 2.5 milligrams of prednisone, but I still should not have been taking that when I was pregnant. I should not have been taking it. The doctor's like, "Oh, yeah, you can take that." Yeah, of course he would say that. But I didn't know any of this. So I'm like, "Okay," because then I was scared that I would have all these symptoms if I wasn't. I just didn't realize that I could have, gotten off of that and been okay, but not yet. And sugar's the devil. And with sarcoidosis, any autoimmune system condition, sugar is a no, no. Like you have to be able to lower your sugar. I mean, just don't do refined sugar. I mean, if you have to have a little cookie or something, it got to be every once in a blue moon. Because my body will tell me now, like it's crazy. If I have a little bit of sugar, I can feel it in my body. So autoimmune system conditions do not, no disease. Sugar is fuel for any dis-ease in the body. It fuels it. It sets it on fire. It's going to just be crazy. So don't do the sugar. So that was another thing. Want to write this stuff down? Write it down. Um, so plant based, mostly plant based. So I was doing chickens, doing little fish. I learned to do pasture raised chicken. So now when I do buy chicken, I try to only get it from Whole Foods. There's another place called can't think of it right now, but you can order pasture raised chicken from there. But Whole Food does have it, and if I try not to eat chicken that much, but if I do, I get it from there. My children still eat chicken, so I make sure I get it from there because it makes a difference. I promise you, it makes a difference. Pasture raised chicken. Look it up. Google it. And whatever I'm telling you on here, you guys do your research. Please do your research. I'm just telling you what I went through, what I dealt with, and how I was able to heal. But always do your own research so you know for yourself. Just like when doctors tell you something, look that up. Get the information for yourself. Don't just go by what somebody else tells you, even if it's me. I mean, you don't, but still, you always want to do your information no matter what it is. I mean, you want to do your research no matter what it is, the information that you're getting. You always want to know for yourself. So next for me was meditation. Now if you were if you're in my community, if you've been on here with me, if you've heard me speak, if you've been to a workshop, I'm always going to be talking about meditation because it's super, super important. It's so important. I've been meditating for 5 years. Started off 5 minutes, only 5 minutes a day, and oh my God, that changed my whole life. It's 5 minutes in the morning. So meditation is key. You have got to be able to calm yourself down. You got to get quiet. You got to get quiet so you can tap into your higher self. That's going to be your seventh chakra, your crown chakra. Okay. You got to be able to tap into your higher self, which is your God self. Yes, your God self. Okay. You got to be able to tap into that. You got to be able to get those messages. God's speaking to us, but we're not listening. We're too busy asking and we're not taking the time to listen. So make sure that you practice meditation. It might not be easy in the beginning, it might be difficult, but it's going to get better. And for me, it was a relief because I was going 50,000 miles an hour. And for me to actually take the time and to give myself permission to sit for 5 minutes and just be still and quiet, oh my God, it was life changing for me. It was a miracle because my whole body calmed down. My whole system was able to just rest for those 5 minutes. My mind wasn't racing so much. Okay. I did a video before this and I talked more about meditation and just some more information on that. So watch the video before this one. It'll give you more information about meditation, the benefits of it. But it's good it's not only good for us physically. So as far as calming our parasympathetic nervous system down, de-stressing us, calming our heart rates down. Um, but it is our communication with the Most High. This is how we communicate. with our spirit team, our ancestors, our higher self. Who are you? Do you even know who you are really? Do you know yourself? Do you really know yourself? Most of us don't. I'm still getting to know myself. And that's so important. And in order to heal from anything that you're going through, you have to know yourself because you have to know what brought you to this place of need. You have to figure that out. What happened to you? Why are you sick? How did you get sick? Because if you don't, you're just going to continue to be sick. And if you don't face the things about yourself that you need to work on and that you need to change, then you're never going to heal. Okay? So it's going to be a vicious cycle. So meditation was the next thing. And of course, after meditation, I've always been, or even before I got sick, I was exercising. I like to exercise. I like to work out. I like to be fit. I like to be in shape. Um, so that was another thing for me. Got to get back on it now, though. Kind of fell off a little bit this winter. But for me, it's something that's constant in my life. So exercise is key. It's important. We got to move our bodies. It's important. You got to move your body. If you just walk, fast paced walking for 30 minutes, 15 minutes a day will give you longevity in life. 15 minutes a day. If we just do yoga, stretching, walking, getting our heart rate up, do some jumping jacks, some sit ups, something. We have to do something. Okay. I'm there with you guys. I need to get back on my thing with that exercise. It's no joke. So important for us to move our body, especially the older we get. I'm about to be 50 in like 2 years. Oh my God. That is so serious. And it's not like I have no issues with age. I'm so happy to be my age. But I'm just like, dang, 50. We only got, shoot, I got hopefully 50 good more left. So we got to be able to make sure that we're taking care of our bodies. The older we get, we still want to be flexible. We still want to be able to move. We want to be mobile. We don't want to be, not being able to take care of ourselves, not being mobile, not being fit. All that stuff is important. Nothing else that's going on in life is going to be as important as us keeping ourselves healthy. Not looking good, not buying the next fly bag, going to Nordstrom's or getting the next this or that fly car. None of that is as important as our health because we can't carry the bag, we can't drive a car, we can't do any of that stuff if we're sick. And I believe me, I experienced it. I loved all of that stuff. Never in a car. It was never. I will drive a bucket in a minute. And I have no problem with that. But look at nice, I'm a Virgo. It's just who I am. I like nice things. I like travel. I like different things. But I wasn't able to enjoy any when I was sick. I mean, I was sick. Man, I had no energy. I was feeling terrible. I had all this stuff all on my body. My hair was falling out. I was skinny. It was just horrible. My throat was all messed up. Just I couldn't breathe. It was just so many different things. So our health is so important. Don't wait until you get sick to start worrying about your health. Don't wait until your body is completely broken down and then you're like, oh, damn, I got to start thinking about, if you're feeling good, if you're okay right now, just start doing things to keep yourself healthy, to make sure that as you get older and you go through life, that your body stays healthy. Okay. Something came to mind and I completely forgot what it was. But and then the next thing for me, I did tell you guys about the herbal supplements. I kind of did Dr. Sabi a little bit, but not really. So I didn't really get into the herbs until probably like about 5 years ago. It was before the pandemic. I took a herbal class, learned more about herbs. I was kind of into herbs a little bit before that. I started on this plan with a guy that has studied under Dr. Sabi and started his supplements, and that helped out a lot. So then I was like, okay, I need these herbs. I need these herbs. So then I started my own research on it, taking classes, learning more about it, reading books, and just doing my own research. And now I have my own herbal supplements that I created myself. So, do the work, take some classes, whatever it is that you need to do, but find out what works for you, your condition, and your body. Can't really go too deep into that, I think, on YouTube, or probably will take my video off. And I just started. So I wanted to keep this video up. If you guys have questions, I want to know more about herbs or things that you could use that are natural for your body. I have a slew of things on my website that are good for all conditions: diabetes, cancer, autoimmune system conditions, high blood pressure. And if they're not there, just send me an email. It's natural intentions at outlook.com. And then I'll help you to figure out what you might need. Okay. I'll put that email in the comments too at the end of this video. So supplements, teas, different things like that, taking out the processed foods, all that stuff. We talked about that. And then mind body healing, a strong belief that you can heal. So you need to be able to, you have to believe that your body can heal. If you're dealing with something and you're in a really bad situation, say you have cancer, you have something that's really bad, you have got to know that this body is designed to heal itself when it is in the right, when it has the right atmosphere inside and outside, it does what it's supposed to do. All those cells, though, what do we have? I don't know. We have a billion something cells in our bodies, and they all have their own brain. It's pretty amazing. But those cells know what to do in the body when we're giving the body what it needs. When we're eating the right things, drinking the right things, when our stress levels are down, when we are dealing with our past trauma, when we're not suppressing emotions and feelings and not dealing with them, that causes dis-ease in the body. If you have something going on in your life that you have not dealt with, eventually it's going to cause something to happen inside your body. And that's just fact. Look it up, Google it. Okay. So it's important for us. That's mind body healing. If you need more information on that, Google it. There's plenty of books. I'll put some in the notes below that you guys could look into and get more information about mind body healing. What you think, what your thoughts are, will have an effect on your body. So if you're constantly thinking negative, if you're living in low vibrations, if you're constantly being worried and fear, eventually it's going to manifest inside your body. Okay, so we want to make sure that we are we're mentally we're working on ourselves. We're doing the inner work. I have a workshop coming up April 15th, and it's all about the inner work and shadow work. So it's all about learning how to deal with past traumas, things about ourselves that we just have not been able to admit to or to deal with, things about ourselves that we really need to work on, our shadow self. Okay. Past trauma, things that we've been pressing, things that we haven't wanted to deal with because it hurts really bad. We don't even want to revisit it, but you're not going to get better until you work on those things. And it's it's hard. It's work. It ain't no joke, but it's worth it. Once you get to the other side, once you get through that, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm so glad I'm not holding on to that anymore, or that I've dealt with those feelings and I've let them flow through me." Don't hold on to that stuff, guys. It's so important. Okay. Last couple of things. I think we've gone through everything. Meditation as my foundation. Work on healing past trauma. I'm going to go into depth on how to do that in the workshop April 15th. I'll put the link for it in the comments below. It's going to be the last workshop was amazing. I'm going to put up some reviews of what the people got from the last workshop that I did and what they took from it and how it's helped them in their life just from that one day. Now, this is stuff that you will do over time. You're not going to come to this workshop and be healed. No. But you're going to come to this workshop and you're going to get some really, really good information to help you on your healing journey, to help you start the process of healing from past trauma or really starting to do your shadow work. Okay. This takes time. Shadow work, trauma, all that different stuff is work. You have to, do work over time. But you got to do it in order to really find out who you really are. What's your purpose in life? Really be happy, find some joy, stop being mad, stop being sad, depressed, all those different things. And then I got to know myself and my mindset shift. So really getting to know who I was really helped my mindset and helped me to change my mindset, my habits, my mindset. Me getting to know myself was that very first part I told you guys in the beginning about my whole childhood and me growing up from, being with my mom and going through that really crazy situation with her and living in that really unsafe condition. And me really, I think because I had suppressed it. I just was like, it happened, it's over with. And I didn't think, oh, it doesn't affect me, whatever. It's over with. Let me move on with life. But I had, and I didn't realize that until I got sick. So that stuff, it does. It's not just over unless you've dealt with it. It's still there. It lives in your body. It lives in your cells. Okay? It's so serious. So we have to really learn how to deal with that so we can shift and change our mindset. Because remember, your mindset is shaped and developed by your parents, your culture, your environment, growing up. All those things shape your mindset. And then you take that into adulthood and you're like, why do I have these habits? Or why do I think like this? Or why do I feel like this about certain situations or people? Or why am I always mad? Why am I always sad? It's your mindset. It's been shaped. It's been by all the people you grew up with. It could have been something that happened to you that you just keep in your subconscious and you don't even realize it because it's not consciously you're not aware. Sorry, I'm so stuffed up, guys. So those are the things that I did to help me to heal from my autoimmune system condition. And now I do not take any more medication, and I haven't taken medication for over 5 years. I do herbs, I do teas, I make sure my diet is as clean as possible. No, I'm not fully plant based. I still eat a little chicken, I still eat a little fish, but I eat lots of green salads, lots of healthy vegetables. I juice. I take a lot of herbal supplements. So, not supplements that you get from the store, not all that stuff that's mixed with other stuff. Not going to CVS and GNC, Costco. I don't get supplements, not even specialty supplement places because there's always something mixed with it. Very rarely do you find a really good supplement. So, get you some herbs, go get your own stuff, find your own supply. Come to me. Get your herbs from me. They're all organic. They're all sourced. They're either wild, crafted, or organic from really good suppliers. I take my time finding places to get my herbs and stuff from. I take my time formulating. I have some great chakra products, so you could try those. My website link is below. You guys can try those out and see. And if not, find your own sources, but just do your homework so you make sure that you're getting the right type of stuff. Just like you want to make sure you ask your doctor questions and make sure you take care of your health, you also want to make sure whatever you're putting into your body is don't just go getting anything. It's important. Our food is weaponized now. These people trying to kill us. This is serious out there. This is no joke. Our food is completely depleted of nutrients. I mean, you have to really shop around to make sure you're getting the right types of food. You can't just go to any grocery store getting food. You have to make sure. I mean, they say even organic, you can't really, but I'm getting organic because that's better than just getting anything. Or I'm going to try to grow my food. I'm going to go to the farmer's market. And if you can do that, get you a garden. I have a garden. You don't have to have a big, giant garden. You could just have some pots and plant you some stuff in there, some herbs, some um, tomatoes, cucumbers, stuff like that, as long as you have something. But it's so important. We are not living in the days of our parents or our grandparents. We can say, oh, my grandparents ate pork their whole life. And yeah, my grandmother lived till she was probably like 80 or 90. My great great grandmother lived till she was like 106 and 99 and, all that different stuff. And then, yeah, I'm pretty sure they ate pork and all that. But the food just was different. It was not the food that we're eating now. Most of them grew their own food. And even if they were going to the grocery store, it wasn't what it is now. The food is completely destroyed. What is it? Monsanto, um, the seeds, all that stuff are just completely destroyed. And the food is scary just to even think about it. So make sure you do your homework, make sure you do the research, and make sure you're putting the right things in your body. And don't wait. If you are already sick, it's okay. You can heal yourself. No, it's never too late until you're gone. You can always do something about it. If you're not sick, just start working on it now. Start making sure if you're not really getting in a lot of greens and fruits and water and you're not hydrating yourself, start doing it now. Don't wait until they say, oh, you have high blood pressure. Oh, you got diabetes. Or don't think, just because your parents had diabetes or high blood pressure or cancer that you're going to get it. That's not true. There's something called epigenetics. If you are living the same type of lifestyle and you're eating the same type of foods and you're under the same type of stress levels that your parents were, then yeah, you probably can get those diseases too. Okay, so that's not true anymore. That's science. Look up epigenetics. It'll give you more information about that. But it's not you're not predestined to get some disease and you have to live with it. That's not true. So do your research and make sure you look up these things. But I hope this was helpful. I hope I gave you guys some good information that will help you to deal with anything that you might be going through or to prevent anything from happening to you as far as disease. I will put this book, Chakras, I will put that in the comments below. And I will put a couple of other things down there for you guys. And I know this was long tonight. This was an hour. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. I hope something resonated with you. Do your research. And I will see you guys next week. Check out my plant-based kitchen videos, you guys. Let me tell you, if you're looking for some recipes that will be healthy, that are alkaline, that are going to be beneficial to your body, give you nutrients, minerals, vitamins, and all those different things that you need, check out my videos. Easy, super easy, delicious, because I'm a foodie. I didn't even get into that on this video, but I'm not going to say I love to eat, but I do like food. And I enjoy food and I enjoy cooking and I enjoy helping people to be healthy. So check those videos out and that will give you a jump start to learning how to cook some healthy meals. I will be getting the recipes on my website soon. So you'll be able to go on there and you'll be able to download all the recipes, including like the grocery list on where to pick everything up. Okay, until next time, you guys, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this video. It really helps me out a lot and it will help out a whole lot of other people because this video will get out to more people. Share it with someone who you think that it will resonate with. And until I see you guys next time, be safe, be healthy, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace and blessings.